Good morning. It is Tuesday morning. This is my Tickled Tuesday episode, and I am so glad that you are with me today. This is Creating Cards with Sherry, and I am Sherry. I am going to be showing you a little more about our in colors today and what possibilities you have to work with them. I would love to be your demonstrator. If you are interested, you can go to Creating Cards with Sherry at stampinup.net. My host code this month is right there. And you can always follow me on creatingcardswithsherry.blogspot.com. If you have any questions, be sure to leave your comments in the blogspot, or you can also email me at creatingcards@outlook.com. All right, so let's get started. Last time I was with you was a week ago, and I forewent the Sunday episode because of the holiday. But we have been looking at the in colors for this year, and I have a stamp set called the Cup of Tea that covers all of the in colors, and they're die cuts. And if you remember, I showed you these things in the last episode. So these are the die cuts that come with that. All right. I'm going to show you what I have put together by showing an example of one card that I will do for you very quickly. This is really easy. It could have easily even been a simple Sunday video, but we're going to put this together real quick. I'm going to be using my black memento ink and some Stampin' Dimensionals, and the rest is all cut out for us. So it's very easy. I had the CEO of Stampin' Up! Said something in a video that I watched of hers not too long ago, and I went, oh, that's a good thing to remember, because I don't know how many times I've made mistakes where I've made cards and then I stamped my message at the last minute, and it didn't turn out or wasn't right. It was hard to do because of the assembling of the card and so on and so forth. And so anyway, her little saying is, I like to stamp first because I stamp before I stick. So I'm going to take her up on that, and we're going to start by stamping this morning. I'm taking my black memento, and I'm using this saying, let's get together. And I'm just going to put that right there on this little teacup. All right. Then I'm also going to stamp on this little itty bitty image. It says, it's time for tea. So there we go. Now we have stamped everything I need to stamp. Now, what I did is I printed the image with the stamp. I cut it out so it came out like this with, as it was stamped. This one, I took our blending pens and I colored that. Okay, just so you know kind of where I was at with everything. All right, then what I'm going to do is I am going to line these up the way I want to put them, because I want to make sure that they get centered on the card correctly. That sometimes is the hardest thing to do, is to get everything centered right. I need to put this over just a tad. Okay. Then I'm going to grab my dimensionals, and we're going to get started. Let's see, I think I have a small set here, and a bigger set here. I've got 2 packages open. All right. I'm going to start by putting this one down. And I'm going to take a little one to put on the handle. There we go. All right, I'm going to take this one and I'm going to do the same thing. These are the ready-made cards that you can get in the In Colors. And they come with their matching envelopes, which I think is really cool. Oops. Put that on the handle. You know, thinking about the saying that the CEO, what I was sharing with you about the stamp and stick, for some reason it made me think of this. I'm not sure why, but at work, some of you know that I work in retail, and on one of our, in the self-checkout aisle, our registers have these big signs on them, and it says lane only or it says card only. And in the card only area, it not only has that sign on the screen when you look at it, but there's also a big sign on the counter that's stretched across the counter that says card only. I cannot tell you how many times customers go up to that and they get all their stuff scanned in, and then they're looking for a place to put their money. I'm like, hello, did you read the sign? Can't you see it? You can't miss it. In fact, there was one couple that came and said, and they noticed one of the signs after they had put their stuff in, and they were like, oh man, it's obvious as day. And they felt so silly, and I don't know why people do that. It was right there in front of them, and yet they don't pay attention to it. I just could never figure that out. I think what happens is they get so much in a hurry, and they just want to get out, and before you know it, they're like, they end up staying longer because they have to void that out and start over where there's cash, where they can use their cash, I should say. Okay, I'm going to put just a dab there to hold that in place. Okay, and that's all we really need to do for this card. It's pretty doggone easy. I'm going to take a dimensional, an embellishment, and I'm going to put it right there. And I'm going to take an itty bitty one, and I'm going to put it right here. If I can flip it over, they're so small. Oh, it's flipped over, but I don't want it there. There we go. Oh, it lost its stickum somehow. All right, let me use my pick tool. Maybe it'll work better. It's stuck. Oh, this is interesting. The glue's stuck to my pick tool. There we go. I think I got it off. Oh, come on, buddy. There we go. So anyway, that was all because it's good to listen and to look for what your directions are so that you can handle life. This is the way I started out, by making these cards like this that go with their matching envelopes. Very simple, and yet it's really nice. I'll show you the other ones I did. There's one with the Tahitian Tide. That was what we did, was the Starry Sky. This one's with the Tahitian Tide background. This is with the Orchid Oasis background. This is with the Parakeet Party and the Sweet Sorbet. Aren't they cool? I was just so excited with the way they turned out. So those were very easy to do, and that was one thing that I put together. Now, I was looking at the die cuts, and I was looking at this one, and I'm like, I wonder what I can do with this. And that was this die cut in particular. And I had cut one image out on some white paper to see what it would look like. And all of a sudden, I got a package in the mail of an order that I got, and the Glimmer paper came. And you wouldn't believe this paper. It is absolutely gorgeous. This is our sweet sorbet, and look at that, how it starts. It just blends into all the different shades of it. That's the sweet sorbet. Here's the parakeet party, the Tahitian tide. Aren't these pretty? Oh, I just absolutely love them. The starry sky. And the orchid oasis. So I got online and I'm looking at what other people have done online with all of those cutouts and everything and trying to get some ideas. And then I found one that I really liked. And I started to put it together. And so I'm going to put one together for you today and see how you like it. All right, I'm using our Tahitian tide colors. And I'm using the DSP from the Teacup DSP. And that's part of it too. Okay, before we get too far, I'm going to do some stamping because we're going to stamp before we stick. All right? Listen closely, read those signs, and you'll do it right. All right, I'm going to put thank you on this. There we go. The ink pad's a little kinky. I mean, it's really wet. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm first going to put this. This is our in color DSP. I'm choosing to use the dot side today. So I'm going to put that right there. And then I'm going to line this up because I got to make sure that I get it right where I want it on the paper. I think I know pretty much because I've made a couple of them already, but I just want to be sure. Let's see. This one is going to be, oh, did I run out of ink or tape? All right. I'm going to put that about right here. And then what I did is with the Glimmer paper, I cut out this fancy one, and with the lighter shade of that same Glimmer paper, I made the teacup. And we're going to take our Tombow glue, and I'm just going to put a little bit of ink, or I can't talk today, glue around the edges. Now that was a little sloppy. I'm going to have to fix that one. But I'm just going to put enough around here so it will stick. Oh, I see a couple of leaves in here that did not get punched out. Let's see here. Come on. That one and Get off of there. Still has some glue on it, so everything's sticking. All right. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to lay it right across. Isn't that beautiful the way that turned out? I was just so excited when I saw what I could do with it. I just love it. I think it's so pretty. All right, I'm going to get something to wipe my hands on because they're very sticky from the glue. All right. Okay, now we're going to get the other stuff done. This is where the fun begins. All right, I need to look at this. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. I'm going to take this circle and I'm going to put some dimensionals on it. And make sure those teapots are going in the right direction. I'm going to lay those on top. Then I'm going to take my teacup. Oh. Come on. Boy, oh boy, I've never had one of those stick like that before. And we're going to put that right in the center. Let's put it over just a little bit more. There we go. Okay, then I'm going to put some dimensionals on this one. And this one. And we're going to place those right there. And that's the card. Isn't that pretty? Now, I need your help, okay? The other thing that came in that package was all the ribbon that goes with the in colors, and they're metallic. So I think you can see that they're real glittery looking. And I've been playing with that and these little lemons that I cut out of some of the DSP. So I'm going to show you 3 different ways that I've used it. I need you to tell me what you think looks best. Here's one with just the lemon on the bottom, okay? Here's one with just the ribbon on it. And here's one with both. What do you think looks best? I'd really love to hear from you and find out what you think. I'm not sure which one I like better. I've been looking at them trying to figure it out, and I just can't figure it out. And I don't know, this, in some ways, the ribbon and the lemon almost looks too much to me, but I don't know. I kind of like that too, as well as just the one simple thing. So in the comments, let me know what you think. And we'll finish off these cards, and I'll have the whole set done. I'm going to do them all in each color. And thanks for joining me today. You have a great Tuesday, and I will see you again on Sunday. Bye now.